Some surgeons are demanding to know where the anesthetists have disappeared to, and understandably, they are not taking it very well. Why? Because today marks the official launch of Gas at 30. 30 years of impact deserves 30 minutes or maybe a few hours of celebration. In an unexpected twist, some of those very surgeons have decided to stop complaining and join us instead. Scenes here are simply incredible as anesthesiologists, surgeons, trainees, and friends gather to celebrate 3 decades of keeping patients safe along every step of the patient pathway. This is one operation nobody wants to miss. Reporting live, I'm Dr. Amakwasho Bedado, bringing you this special report from a theatre that's currently missing one anesthesiologist. See you at the launch.
So I'd like to introduce a very special someone to give the welcome address for this event. This person is in the person of Dr. Irene Adoko-Wolf, nee Bruce Konya. Dr. Wolf, should I add a little secret from British Jamestown? British Accra. Okay, so she is an alumni of Achimota School and the University of Ghana Medical School. She's a fellow of the West African College of Surgeons and a fellow of the Ghana College of Surgeons. She has an MBA from Webster University, Missouri. Dr. Wolf had a remarkable career in anesthesia, spanning 17 years at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Most of us missed that. Where she emerged as one of the most dynamic and vibrant consultants. Notably, she took charge of anesthesia for neurosurgery, managing complex adult and pediatric neurosurgical cases such as spine surgeries and craniotomies, including awake craniotomies. Her dedication extended to overseeing patient care in the intensive care unit. Dr. Wolf assumed the role of Chief of Anesthesia at Focus Orthopedic Hospital in 2014, subsequently becoming the most experienced practitioner in total intravenous anesthesia for intraoperative neuromonitoring in complex spine deformity correction in the nation and the West African sub-region. Oh, I'm not hearing any clap. Yeah. Experienced practitioner. Okay. So in March 2020, she assumed the role of medical director, navigating Focus Hospital through the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Wolf is currently the CEO of Focus Orthopedic Hospital, the president of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society, and the treasurer of the Society of Private Medical and Dental Practitioners. She aims to serve as a role model for women in leadership and to continue making a positive difference in whatever space she finds herself. She is a beacon of leadership, resilience, and excellence in the healthcare sector. She's married with 2 adult children. Dr. Wolf, please wait. The adult children, are they male? We are asking for the sisters. 1 male, 1 female. Please take note. Please welcome Dr. Wolf.
Thank you very much. It is always a pleasure to serve. And when you serve, it opens all sorts of doors for you that, in fact, you have no idea. My honorable Dr. Kaba Akoria. Today I'm calling your full name. My honorable Prof. Richard Adanu. I call them honorable because I have worked in some deep trenches with these guys and we have won the war. Prof. Amponsa, Dr. Abdul Samuel Sanko. My esteemed senior colleagues who taught me almost everything that I know. And then distinguished guests, fellow members and fellows and members of the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, colleague healthcare professionals, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to you all, and thank you all for gathering here today to celebrate the launch of the 30th anniversary of Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society. It has been 3 decades of commitment, remarkable growth, and most importantly, saving lives. Every great endeavor begins with a vision, and very often also begins with profound sacrifice. Today, my deepest gratitude goes to our predecessors, the visionary men and women who fought to establish the specialty of anesthesia in Ghana. Recognizing the critical gap in perioperative care, these pioneers stepped forward. They navigated limited resources and limited recognition. Nobody knew who they were. Tirelessly advocating for the vital role of the anesthesiologist, they mentored the first generation of specialists, laid down early protocols, dedicated their careers so that we could stand here today with a recognized, respected, and thriving society. We owe the foundation of our daily practice to their unstoppable commitment. Please give them a round of applause. When we look back over the past 30 years, our collective achievements fill me with immense pride. We have transitioned from a handful of dedicated practitioners. And here I want to mention the pioneers of the GAS. On the 28th of June, 1996, they included the late Professor Odro and the late Dr. A.C. Mensah, and then Dr. Graham, Dr. Frank Bonney, Dr. and Mrs. Eugenia Lamte, Dr. Henry Badu, and Dr. Boachi. These are the names that I have, but if I have forgotten anybody, please forgive me. Please give them another round of applause. Now, we have transitioned from a handful of dedicated practitioners to a society with a membership of almost 250, performing complex surgical interventions that were once impossible in our country. Through sustained commitment to medical education and simulation-based training, we have dramatically elevated the clinical competencies of our practitioners. We have consistently improved our perioperative morbidity and mortality metrics, proving that Ghanaian anesthesiologists are delivering world-class service under very demanding conditions. These achievements are not the result of isolated efforts. They are the product of teamwork, shared knowledge, and a relentless commitment to the sanctity of human life. The future. As we celebrate our past, we must also set our sights firmly on the future. I am always looking forward. I hardly ever look back. The next chapter of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society must be defined by our commitment to equity and standardization. Our primary mandate moving forward should be to work hard to standardize anesthesia care across the entire nation. A patient undergoing surgery in a district hospital should be assured of the same foundational safe practices as a patient in a leading tertiary center. To achieve this, we will need to focus on 1, rolling out and rigorously implementing unified, standardized clinical protocols. 2, we will have to leverage data-driven leadership to monitor our outcomes and identify areas for rapid intervention and improvement. And we have to expand our national training footprint. We must have trainees everywhere, in every corner of this country, to ensure that every provider has access to continuous high-quality medical education. Colleagues, the future is very bright. Achieving these ambitious goals will require teamwork, open communication, and a ton of positivity, no negativity allowed. I challenge every one of us to lean into this shared vision with good faith and a collaborative spirit. Let us honor the sacrifices of our founders by taking the specialty they built to an even greater height. Let us ensure that safe care is not just an initiative, but the definitive standard for every patient in Ghana. God bless our society. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wolf. She stressed the word family. And anytime I go to her office and she speaks to me, she speaks family. So under these firm circumstances, we want to invite one of her mentees, Dr. Alberta Azaz. She's a senior specialist at the Focus Orthopedic Hospital, to introduce the chairperson.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I deem it such a great honor and privilege to be called upon to introduce this very distinguished chairperson. Sorry. So every successful event requires capable leadership. And I'm proud to say that we are fortunate enough to have at the helm of affairs an individual whose reputation precedes her. She has made a name for herself in our very beloved profession. And behind every generation of anesthesiologists stands someone who chose to build, teach, and preserve. Professor Gladys Amponsa has done all three. As one of the foremost custodians of Ghana's anesthesia history, her work continues to remind us that our future is strongest when we honor our past. Prof. Gladys Amponsa established the preoperative anesthesia clinic in Kolebu Teaching Hospital, the first in English-speaking West Africa, during her tenure as head of department. She later established the anesthesia program at the University of Cape Coast. She led a team, including Prof. Henry Badu and Dr. Mrs. Eugenia Lamte, to provide anesthesia services for the separation of Siamese twins at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Her documentation of history of anesthesia in Ghana is currently the main reference in telling how human resources and anesthetic techniques in Ghana have evolved over the years. And I must say that it's fitting that she is the chairperson of this celebration of our milestone. This is 3 decades of Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society. And it reflects the collaboration or successful collaboration with all specialties towards our goal, which is to provide safe and high quality anesthesia to all Ghanaians. To our mentor, our historian, and mother to countless anesthesiologists, we want to thank you for your remarkable legacy. And I would like to humbly ask all of us to be upstanding as we give a warm welcome to this giant in our profession, Professor Gladys Amponsa.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Hallelujah. Eh? Ebenezer, eh? Ebenezer, eh? Ebimun God praise you. It's indeed a great pleasure to be here. A specialty I love so much. I don't want to preempt my interview later, so I better keep quiet. But I thank the organizing committee of this launch for asking me to be the chairperson for this occasion. I won't say much. All I want to say is thank you for all who have come. And I have to give a special welcome to the rector of the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, Professor Richard Adanu, my own son. And also our keynote speaker, the Director General, DG for short, of Ghana Health Service. You see what is happening all over. But our DG thinks this is so important. He had left everything and had come to join us. DG, we are most grateful. I give a special welcome to our invited guests who have come here and for all those who are going to help us run this program successfully. Sit back and relax. As I say, I won't say much. I open the floor for the people who have been asked to say very important messages for us. But before I take my seat, I want one music, a short one to prepare our minds for the long speeches you are going to hear. I don't want any DVT. So while they are singing, please shake your body small. My medical corral, Mama Yanyumba, when I push all the veins, all the blood from our legs to our brain so that we can hear and listen and enjoy the cute. Mama Yanyumba. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Medical Cora, you are making my day. I mean, those of you know me, I like dancing. So today I had to go and get a emergency order for my dancing shoes. You see more of that later. We continue with our program. We're going to have a guest of honor, the person of Professor Richard Adanu, the rector of our own college, Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, to say a few words at this stage. Professor Adanu.
Good morning, everyone. And it's an honor to be asked to be the guest of honor. You're not supposed to use the same word twice in a sentence, isn't it? If you went to a proper school, but we're breaking all things here. Because there are a few people who didn't go to those kind of schools, so we should speak like they speak. So it's a real honor to be asked to be here today. I remember when I was first asked, I thought I couldn't make it, but then my arm was nicely twisted, and I'm here today. I'll tell you one thing that I don't think any of you here know, that the first medical doctor I knew who influenced me to choose medicine as a profession. At that time, he wasn't, but then he later became an anesthetist. And so that was actually the first specialty I knew of. And his name is, some of you might have known him because he worked in Korle Bu briefly, Dr. Moses Ankuche. And my dad taught him in secondary school. We kind of like grew up around him. And it was really very impressive. And when I heard he had done anesthesia, I was tempted to think that was the only thing that existed. But then I found a surgical specialty that is controlled by anesthetists. If they say your list won't be done, it won't be done. But as we're here today, it's celebration, and I'm really glad that we are here to celebrate. I look around and I see people who've bled and they've sweated to get this specialty going, and it's a great honor. I mean, Professor Ponsa is here. I see Mrs. Lamte, Professor Henry Badu is here. These are the people who my former council chair, Prof. Yaidu Jemfi is also here. These are the people who kept us on our toes and got anesthesia going, who ran multiple operating rooms just to keep things going, and we are proud of all of you. I'm glad I'm here to see this and to say that we are proud of what you have done. At this point, Dr. Wolf was saying that there are about 200. The society is about 200 strong. I'll end by saying that what we need to do, looking into the future, is to make sure that everybody who's going through a surgical procedure in any corner of this country knows that anesthesiologists exist. Because there are some people who are going through surgical procedures in this country and they don't know that there's anything like anesthesiology. They don't know that they're anesthesiologists. They've never come into contact with one. So the next generation, that's what we need to do. Let's give ourselves that challenge, that anybody who's having a surgical procedure, I mean, let's just say that we are the surgeons who say that there's a minor surgery and major surgery, isn't it? But anesthesia, there's nothing like minor and major anesthesia. So anybody who's going through any type of surgery must come into contact with an anesthesiologist. When we do that, the party will even be bigger. The dancing will even be more. So thank you so much for having me here as guest of honor, and congratulations on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. Adano. We'll continue with the program. We'll continue with the program. At this juncture, we'll call upon one of our own. She's a resident at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. She's in the person of Esme Aidan Teria to introduce the keynote speaker. Thank you very much.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So it looks like our guest of honor has already been introduced, but he also deserves a proper introduction. So I'll still reintroduce our guest of honor. Thank you. Good morning, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies, and gentlemen. It is with great honor and privilege that I introduce our guest speaker for today's event, Gas at 30 launch, Professor Richard M.K. Adanu, with an MB.CHB, a fellow in WACS, and a fellow in GCS with an MPH. Professor Adanu, as we all know, is the rector of Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, where he leads the postgraduate and medical education, as well as the specialist training across Ghana. He's also a distinguished obstetrician and gynecologist, unfortunately not an anesthesiologist, as well as a women's reproductive health epidemiologist whose career has been dedicated to improving maternal and reproductive health in Ghana and beyond. He obtained his medical degree from the University of Ghana Medical School, completed his specialist training in OBGYN at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and later earned a master's in public health from the distinguished Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health as a Gates Scholar. His astounding academic achievements also earned him membership in the Delta Omega Public Health Honor Society. Professor Adanu's research has focused on some of the most pressing issues in global health, including maternal mortality, contraceptive use, and cervical cancer screening. He has authored numerous scientific publications and played a key role in developing the next generation of clinical researchers across Africa. His innovative educational materials on obstetrics and gynecology surgical procedures are used by learners around the world. Beyond academia, Professor Adanu has served on advisory committees for international organizations, including the WHO, and has collaborated extensively with universities and global partners to strengthen women's health and research capacity. He previously served as the Dean of University of Ghana School of Public Health and as an editor-in-chief in the International Journal of Gynecology and Obstetrics. In recognition of his exceptional contributions to medical and public health, he was elected in the United States National Academy of Medicine in 2021, one of the highest honors in health sciences. Today, we are privileged to benefit from the knowledge, experience, and insights of one of Ghana's most accomplished physicians, scientists, and academic leaders. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving another warm welcome to Professor Richard M.K. Adanu. Thank you.
Thank you, Esime. They say the best anesthetists are the quiet ones. Is that true? I know some very good ones that are also very loud. Prof? Okay. So I'd call on Dr. Esime Safo. She's from 37 Military Hospital and should be introducing our keynote speaker. So let's give it up for her.
Good morning, distinguished chairperson, and our honored invited guests, esteemed members of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society, senior colleagues and colleagues, fellow doctors, all protocols duly observed, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct honor to introduce our keynote speaker for the official launch of the 30th anniversary celebration of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society. As we celebrate 3 decades of excellence, innovation, and service, reflecting on the profound contribution of the anesthesiologists at every stage of patients' surgical journey, we are privileged to have a speaker whose career embodies clinical excellence, health systems leadership, and a vision for the future of the healthcare in Ghana and beyond. Dr. Samuel Kaba Akoria, widely known as Dr. Kaba, is the current Director General of the Ghana Health Service, a consultant neurosurgeon, and a public health physician with a diverse knowledge in governance and leadership, international affairs and diplomacy, as well as health. So guys, join me to welcome Dr. Kaba.
Thank you so very much. You know, some of the most interesting times and times that actually put me nervous is when people talk of me in my presence. When it's good things, I like to hear the bad things. But today is more special to you and to me because as I came around, I was like, oh my goodness, there are a lot of faces that I've known, and I just can't hold it. I kind of feel like I'm in the theater, full of vibrant anesthetists and arguing back and forth whether we will do the case or he has hypertension, we should cancel. A lot of memories way back in 2022 when 2004, that's 22 years ago, when I came into the country and I met Prof. Edujemfi, Prof. Bedu, Dr. Wolf, Dr. Amanda, Dr. Sapon. I don't know if a lot of people who today, back in the theater in Kolebu, Dr. Bonnie, I've not seen him, Prof. Amponsa. And so it brings me a lot of memories then to Rich Hospital where I met Dr. Na, Agudego, and many who are late. And by the way, for the purpose of those who are late, can we just give them 1 minute of silence? May their souls rest in perfect peace. Amen. So you definitely agree with me that there is no one who understands anesthetists or anesthesiologists better than the neurosurgeon. Dr. Adano, Prof. Adano, I hope you agree with me because you guys, 2 minutes, you are gone. We usually spend hours and hours with them. And I have to really, really say that, one, I wasn't even supposed to be in the country. And two, just yesterday we had a meeting at the presidency on the flood and aftermath, and I was supposed to be flying to one of the regions affected. But when I was approached, I said, no, whatever it is, unless it's really, really, really super critical, I have to be here today. Because we as surgeons, we exist because you exist. Without you, we cannot do absolutely nothing. And with a lot of emotion, I want to say thank you so very much to each one of you for making things happen. And allow me to speak as a brother, and as if our mom knew. Yeah, when I read her book, when she graduated med school, 1972, that's when I was born, and I'm talking of our chairperson. So she knows me very well, and when she saw me holding this, she said, you should dance so that you can listen to the long speech. I normally don't do that, but permit me to inflict you with my honest speech. Thank you, everybody. Now let me be formal.
Oh, those at the back, they can't hear me. Now, can you hear me now? So, good morning, everybody. Prof. Chairwoman and our mother, kindly permit me to hide behind you to stand on all existing protocols established by you as the chairperson. I've learned this few months ago, that in occasions like this, when you start mentioning names, one by one, you end up doing a speech by names. But the second thing is that you might forget, and you always forget of someone, and they will think it's intentional, and they say, you see, he doesn't even like me, so he didn't mention my name. So all dignitaries present, and that includes all of you. And I hope Dr. Banka will see himself in this speech as well, joining me as a neurosurgeon. Do we have the media here? Because I think this is one of the events that should be known. And we always call them friends of the media. So they should make sure that this is well known of the 30th anniversary of the anesthesiologists. Without a doubt, it is an absolute privilege, and let me express my deepest gratitude and my greatest honor to be here with you. My sincere thanks to your president, Dr. Wolf, and a big sister in her, and all her executive who have been instrumental in organizing this 30th anniversary activity. Thank you for inviting me. I also want to deeply recognize you again, Dr. Sapon, and the team of anesthesiologists who volunteered and sacrificed for almost 2 years during the historic separation of the craniopagos. What a time and what a learning curve. With the first lesson being that there is nothing that is being done out there that we cannot do as Ghanaian doctors and in our own country. I think we deserve a clap for ourselves. Second lesson is that all we need is the necessary support and tools, and our work will be well done because we all believe in ourselves. We together have defined a historic achievement that has emboldened the next generation of medical doctors in all specialties. And I'm deeply grateful and proud of what we achieved together. My heartfelt congratulations to all of you. Prof. Chairwoman, we have come so far. We have seen so much, but yet more to do. Now, it's always been between the past, today, and the future. It is about our generation and the future of health system. My honor and respect for all those who came before us. I acknowledge the challenges of their time in forgotten corners of our dear nation. Accepting postings, delivering services, and staying in communities without electricity. There was no cellular phones, no internet, bad road network, no effective transportation, among many no's. But yet they sacrificed, leaving their families and loved ones behind. That was the task of the generation of the elderly among us and those who have departed. We are grateful, and let's clap for all our elderly with us. Prof. Chair, as we celebrate 30 years of existence and diligently serving our nation, the time is now to take an account of the journey traveled with all our eyes determinedly fixed in the distant horizon. It is therefore in absolute resonance the chosen theme for this year's celebration. In the last 3 decades, our beloved country Ghana has made enormous progress in all sectors and especially in health. Today, in 2026, some literatures have it that life expectancy at birth is 66.1 for both sexes combined for females. But for females, we have about 73.8 years and males 68.6 years. Maybe because of school fees and other things. However, fellow co-workers, to put into context what I'm about to say, permit me to say the following. Modern medicine will not be possible without anesthesia, without you. Professor Gladys Amponsa, one of our own, and we know her very well, in her book titled Pain, the Bane of Mankind, writes, and I quote, all living animals feel pain. In people, pain is experienced from the womb to the grave, by male and female, young and old, poor and rich. Pain transcends no boundaries of all medical specialties, like COVID-19. Pain is no respecter of persons. The history of pain is as old as the human race. However, the understanding of pain mechanism is still far from sufficient. Unquote. So, we know that early forms of anesthesia were first used in Boston by dentist William T.G. Morton and surgeon John Warren on October 16th, 1846. And that is 180 years ago. Anesthesia has since evolved, with each country adopting strategies to produce and distribute workforce according to national demands. Far gone are the years when we, the surgeons and anesthesiologists together, could only offer patients soaked sponges of opium, alcohol, or bullet to bite on to deal with the agonizing pain of surgery. What remains a fact is that anesthesiologists and societies of this kind play the leading role in achieving national objectives. And this is your time, this is your moment, without excuses, to mobilize and supervise the group of the field of anesthesia at the various levels and categories with decorum and dignity. Because after 180 years, almost 20 years to 2 centuries, we still, and it is this morning I heard, have about 250, and that includes those with diploma. The leading service provider, the Ghana Health Service, has only 7 anesthesiologists, 1 in the Western region and 6 in Greater Accra region, and 0 in the rest of 14 regions. To 180 years down the line. That is our reality. This is not acceptable, and we must work together to change the narrative. Anesthesia is the center of all surgical specialties, implying that most complex cases cannot be done in our regional hospitals. Neither can we post certain surgical specialists like neurosurgery to those 0 anesthesiologist regions. Our steady leave analysis of the past 3 years shows that only 26 medical doctors enroll in anesthesia, meaning there will only be 1 person per region if we even decide for equitable distribution upon graduation. To address the situation, the service and the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons introduced a 6-month training for practicing doctors. This was intended to address the current shortages and also reduce the period of specialization. However, only few medical officers showed up and showed interest and went through the program. This should not, cannot, and must not be perceived as something similar to achieve in the next coming 30 years. We need to find reasons for this lack of interest in anesthesiologists from our medical doctors. This has to be fixed and quickly if we want to change our mortality indicators and quality of health. Contrary, we have 636 certified registered anesthetists. Health workforce and subspecializations are the first pillar of quality of care. It is therefore very appropriate to have neuroanesthetists, cardiac anesthetists, general anesthetists, etc. But what is not right is not to devise a mechanism to equitably train, distribute, monitor, and supervise performance. Without that, our maternal mortality will not improve. Many will die of the unknown, and quality of health will be luxury for the few and not the hope of the many. As the Director General, I therefore want to propose the following for immediate action in a multidisciplinary form. 1. Engage the executive of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society, GAS, to develop an immediate strategic plan for short, medium, and long-term, or implement with immediate effect any already existing plan that addresses our needs. 2. Call on GAS to use available technology, telemedicine, and organize field visits as consultants to supervise and monitor anesthesia activities around the country as established. And 3, to engage the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons on the training of anesthesiologists. Priority will be given to medical doctors who want to specialize in this field. Ghana Health Service shall grant immediate steady leave with pay to any doctor who wants that. But also, we will engage the leadership of the certified registered anesthetists to define and fix the existing discrepancy. But that is only possible if you, the anesthesiologists, will fulfill your part to perform the necessary monitoring and supervisory work around the country. And I will be there by you, with you, to support you for that. You know, we have to develop together, pull each other along, be each other's keeper. We are all one people, rising and falling together as one nation, reciting the same pledge and singing the same national anthem, God bless our homeland Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. But how can our nation be strong and great if we don't do great things? We pay allegiance to the same flag with the colors of red, gold, and green, with shining black star in the middle. This makes us Ghanaians with one future and one destiny. We cannot only come together because there's a World Cup football match. We have to come together all the time. In the life of every generation, that spirit of sacrifice and togetherness must come true and true if we want to make our mark in history. Madam Chair, fellow co-workers, in the next 30 years, most of us, if not all of us, would have retired. Our life expectancy has improved and improving, and with God's gift of health, we may live to see the 60th anniversary. What would we want to see? What would we have to say if we are invited to sit in this same auditorium 30 years to come? How far would we have come, and how much of the gap would we have closed when for the world it will be 210 years of anesthesia? And what would be our contribution? This society has the solemn obligation to take the mantle and lead without excuses. I therefore call for unity of purpose, and together we march into the future to alleviate the pains of our children. Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand in these crossroads of history, let me emphasize that whatever is easy has already been done. It does not matter who you are, where you come from, which party you belong to, or what language you speak. We are all potential patients. It does not matter if you are in private sector, public sector, NGO, or civil society. We have to commit ourselves to work to improve anesthesia. Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, Any child saved during surgery in any of our facilities around the country constitutes an event towards development of our nation. That child could have been the next president, the next scientist to help with our malaria and other diseases. That child could have been the next minister, doctor, or fisherman to put food on our table, a carpenter to roof our houses, or a security officer to keep us safe. Let's remember, we were all once upon a time children, and we had that hope and dreams. And let's make our children's dream and dream better and be better than us. Any pregnant woman saved during delivery in the distant and forgotten corners of our nation is a mother who would educate our children into the next generation. Everyone in all parts of the country counts, and our families and relatives in the rest of the zero anesthesiologist regions also deserve quality of care. Madam Chair, towards the end of her book, Prof. Gladys Amponsa writes, every human being will experience pain of one kind or the other during their lifetime. Some may experience pain on the day of birth, and some on the day of death. Unquote. We have all certainly experienced all kinds of pains, but as leaders, consultants, teachers, mentors, residents, future anesthesiologists, there is one pain we must do our best to avoid, and that is the pain of regret. Regret not to have risen to the call of our generation for a better future for our specialty and children. 126 years ago, an English writer, John Ruskin, said, when we build, let us think that we built forever. Let it not be for present delight, nor for present use alone. Let it be such work as our descendants will thank us for. And let us think, as we lay stone upon stone, that a time is to come when those stones will be held sacred because our hands have touched them. And that man will say, see, as they look upon the labor and rough substance of them, see, this our fathers did for us. I once again congratulate you on this historic milestone. May the next 30 years be even more impactful, more innovative, and more transformative than the last 30 years. Thank you, everybody, and God bless all of us. But before I take my seat, I want to do something a little unusual, which is the Ghana Health Service. I was supposed to do something, or something was supposed to be done after the separation of the conjoined twins to all of, oh, please, kindly sit down. But it will be done, but for the purpose of the Anesthesia or Anesthesiologists Society, the Ghana Health Service want to partner with you and recognizes all the efforts that you've done over the years, and we call on your president to receive this on behalf of the Ghana Health Service. There is a citation, and of course, I'll behave like our former president. I will want a lady to come and read the citation, not me. No. So, any volunteer to read this for us? Dr. Sapon, I think you are very appropriate to read this on behalf of the service. Don't worry, I'll hold this for you. No, that's fine. Oh no, that's fine. That makes sense. No, exactly. That's how she treated me all the time in Kolebu back in the days.
Okay, so this is citation in honor of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society. On behalf of the Ghana Health Service, I warmly congratulate the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society on your 30th anniversary. Today, we celebrate not only 3 decades of your society, but also the countless lives that you have touched through your skill, dedication, and selfless service. Though your work is often behind the scenes, your contribution to safe surgery and quality healthcare is truly invaluable. We are deeply grateful for your unwavering partnership with the Ghana Health Service over the years. Your outstanding role in the successful separation of the craniopagus conjoint twins at the Ridge Hospital remains one of the finest examples of excellence, teamwork, and professionalism in Ghana's healthcare history. Together with your continued support across our regions, you have helped strengthen our health system and improve patient care. As we celebrate this milestone, I assure you of the Ghana Health Service's commitment to working with your society to train and retain more anesthesiologists for our country. We value your partnership, believe in your mission, and will continue to support your efforts to ensure every Ghanaian has access to safe, high-quality anesthesia and surgical care. Congratulations on your 30th anniversary, and may your best years still lay ahead. Dr. Samuel.
Right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kaba, for such edifying words. We want to acknowledge some dignitaries amongst us. And foremost, we want to welcome Prof. Yao Edujemfi, one of our senior members, Safara, in the specialty. Also want to introduce Dr. Anita Lawson, the president of the Critical Care Nurses Society of Ghana. We also want to welcome the president of the Ghana Association of Certified Registered Anesthetists, Mr. James Winsagra. I hope I got the name right. You are warmly welcome. Now we have some goodwill messages. Dolphin, can you?
So, as we celebrate 3 decades of excellence in anesthesia, it's only fitting that we hear from some of the institutions and partners that have supported us and helped us through this journey and championed safe patients' care. So we'll hear from the CEO of UGMC, Dr. Samid Tanku. Please, let's give it up for him. Dr. Samid Tanku is looking dashing today.
Distinguished persons, the DG said he didn't want to mention him. I'll follow his suit. He was my younger brother. But the president, Dr. Wolf, I was in China when he sent me a message. And then I said, I have to quickly take the next flight to come on Sunday to meet this occasion. And here I am. Thank you so much. Esteemed colleagues, invited guests, members of the media. The media who is here? Did you invite GBC or the rest? DG was saying that this should have been covered well, but it's not too late to call them, so that all this impact will be felt nationwide. On behalf of management and staff of University of Ghana Medical Center, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society on the remarkable milestone of 30 years. Today, as we gather under the theme 30 years of impact, anesthesiologists along the patient pathway, we pay tribute to a society whose work and members have touched countless lives across our nation and many countries globally. Anesthesiologists are the silent guardians of patient safety, ensuring comfort, dignity, survival in the most critical moments of care. Over the past 3 decades, gas, today somebody was mentioning gas and I was wondering which parameter of the gas has not only advanced clinical practice, but also nurtured generations of professionals, strengthened our health systems, and contributed to Ghana's standing in global medicine. In the last 30 years, Ghanaian anesthesiologists have quietly transformed patient care across the country and globally, shaping safer anesthesia, stronger clinical care, and better patient outcomes. Now it is time to celebrate the people, the journey, the progress, and the impact. At UGMC, we are proud to host this historic launch. It reflects our shared commitment to innovation, collaboration, and excellence in healthcare delivery. As you celebrate this anniversary, may it inspire renewed energy to expand quality training, research, and service to the next 30 years will even be more impactful. We salute your dedication, and we pledge our continued partnership in advancing anesthesia, pain management, and critical care for the benefit of all Ghanaians. Congratulations once again, and may GAS at 30 be a beacon of excellence for generations to come. Thank you. Stay blessed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tanko. We would now invite the President of the Critical Care Society of Ghana, the ever beautiful Dr. Anita Lawson.
The President of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society, distinguished executives, invited guests, esteemed consultants and specialists, colleagues from health professions, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege and an honor to bring you warm greetings on behalf of the Critical Care Anaesthesiologists Society Ghana as we join you to officially launch the 30th anniversary celebration of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society. On this remarkable milestone, I extend our heartfelt congratulations to your society for 3 decades of unwavering dedication, professionalism, and outstanding contributions to the healthcare delivery in Ghana. 30 years of service is not merely a celebration of longevity, it is a celebration of excellence, resilience, innovation, and countless lives that you have been saved through the expertise and commitment. The relationship between anesthesiologists and critical care nurses is one of the strongest partnerships in healthcare. We work side by side in the intensive care unit, emergency departments, recovery wards, and high dependency units, often caring for the sickest and the most vulnerable patients. In these environments, every second matters, every decision counts, and teamwork is not option, it's essential. Our professions complement one another perfectly. Whilst anesthesiologists provide expert leadership in perioperative medicine, airway management, pain control, resuscitation, and critical care nurses provide continuous bedside surveillance, skilled interventions, compassionate care, and vigilant monitoring that ensure patients receive safe, holistic, and an evidence-based care around the clock. Together, we have celebrated countless successes and overcome many challenges, whether responding to major emergencies, managing critically ill patients, or navigating public health crises. Our shared commitment to excellence has consistently demonstrated the best patient outcomes are achieved through collaboration, mutual respect, and effective interdisciplinary team. As the Critical Care Anaesthesiologists Society Ghana, we deeply value the long-standing partnership We remain committed to strengthening the interprofessional collaboration between education, research, advocacy, patient quality, initiatives, and continuous professional development. Together, we can continue to build resilient health system capable of meeting the growing demands of critical care and perioperative care in Ghana. As we commemorate this 30 years anniversary, may this celebration serve not only as a reflection of your impressive achievements, but also an inspiration for even greater accomplishments in the years ahead. May it encourage innovation, nurture the next generation of specialists, promote research, and further strengthen partnership across healthcare disciplines. On behalf of the executive, the entire membership of the Critical Care Society Ghana, I congratulate the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society on this significant milestone. We celebrate your achievements, we honor your contributions, and we look forward to many more years of collaboration as we continue to work together with a common purpose to provide safe, high-quality, patient-centered care to save lives. Allow me to leave you with this thought. Anesthesiologists may guide patients safely through surgery, and critical care nurses may watch over them every hour thereafter. But together, we give patients not only the best chance to survive, we give them the best opportunity to recover, heal, and return to their families. Together, we are stronger. Together, we save lives. Congratulations once again. May your celebration be memorable, your legacy enduring, and our future even brighter. Thank you, and God bless Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society. God bless Critical Care Anaesthesiologists Society Ghana. God bless our healthcare professions, and God bless our beloved Ghana.
Thank you very much. Indeed, together we are stronger, together we are better. We want to welcome Mr. James Nwasigri. He's the president of the Certified Registered Nurses Association. Anesthetists Association, sorry.
Thank you very much. Madam Chair, Professor Gladys Amponsa, she happens to be my mother at certain areas. That's what she called Mansana. She was dragging me along from years back. Director General, I will not be making any attempt to go through. I want to plead on your behalf to stand on the already existing protocols. If the Director General himself could not do it, who am I? So, all protocols observed. I bring you greetings from the Ghana Association of Certified Registered Anesthetists. They are saying that congratulations to you on your 30th anniversary. It's like your 30th birthday, right? Okay. When I was called by Dr. Sapon that we are having our lunch and then you must come, I took it for granted. And I said, then she insisted that you must come and I want you to come and share one or two words with us. I said, oh, then the thing is becoming critical. And once I open my mouth and say yes, I cannot take it back. I'm a very difficult person. If I say no to forget it, it won't happen. So once I said yes, I meant business. Then I went to look at the team that has been put in together. Then it's, if I can read, 30 years of impact. Anesthesiologists along the patient's pathway. Then I started thinking, I took a deep reflection, and I've practiced for 28 years now. And when I asked myself, what has been my impact in the lives of the patients or the patient pathways? Maybe many of us haven't thought about this, but each and every one, I want to urge you to reflect in your life. In my contribution, how have I impacted in the patient's pathway? Sometimes you will not appreciate it. But when you do certain things, for example, I had a patient that came with obstructive labor, groaning in pain. And when I succeeded in dropping the spinal into it, the patient had a very big relief. And I could hear from what he said. Ah, Papa, and I quote in Chi. And I said to myself, really? Then, as if that was not enough, and I worship in the same church with this gentleman. In one of the occasions, the parish priest happened to be my patient before, and I tried to hide in the church. So they tried to introduce me to chair on occasion. In his introductory remarks, he said, and I quote in Chi, Papa, we oyobia otumi kunipa ewo theater honum ye operation no wasanya no. Then I became so humorous in the church, and everybody said, look at me, this man is a miracle man. That is what it is, and that is how much we impact lives in patients' situations. This is the situation of those who are awake and have experienced what we have done for them, and they do appreciate. What about those who are asleep and do not know how much you care for them while you are asleep? Interestingly, I think that we should be proud of what we do. We take things for granted. But I want to relate back to the old days, the beginning of creation, that anesthesia was first practiced by God. And that is how he anesthetized Adam and took the rib and created a woman. He defied the odds to become a surgeon, maybe a plastic surgeon, not a neurosurgeon. Anesthesia, I take it as a call. It is not a matter of a profession and only a specialization, but it's a call. And I know anesthetists who are so passionate and compassionate about their patients' care and safety. However, we still have very bad ones too. We agree. We know our colleagues. When there's a critical case, the neurosurgeon will be worried about it. They will cancel, or we are trying to be evasive. That is how anesthesiology is all about. Unfortunately, we practice our work in a secluded place that many people don't even see us, as stated by Director General. How many in this society are aware of how much we contribute in their lives in surgical settings? We see the beautiful soul. They will say this person is handsome or beautiful, but they don't know that is a heart in the individual that keeps them alive. Maybe Prof. Anite has done many cases. In my lifetime, when a case is done and the patient recovers, sometimes they look at the scar and they look at it and they say, oh, beautiful surgery, beautiful operation. This surgeon is good. I wonder how many of them said, beautiful anesthesia. They do not know about it. And I think that this is the time for us to create the awareness that anesthesia practice exists. And without the anesthesia practice, there will not be surgery. We are too quiet. And I think that we have to move beyond that level. My fellow practitioners, where we stand, the passionate appeal I will make is that we have to come together to work as a group. I was hearing Prof saying that there are 250 anesthesiologists in this country. We are about just above 1,000. And I wonder how we'll be able to serve the entire population in Ghana. Sometimes I take a tour around the country to see where I can find anesthetists, whether certified registered anesthesiologists or anesthesiologists. Today is your birthday. Let me go on your tangent. When I start from Adan, going through the eastern corridor to the north, sorting over from Hohoi, Yendi Tamale, looking for anesthesiologists, I don't find one. Proceeding to Bolgatanga, Boko, maybe to the Director General's hometown, I still cannot find one. Then going through the place through Tumu, Nandom Laura, stopping over my hometown, Jirapa, into Wa, I still cannot find an anesthesiologist. Techima Sunyani, coming down to the western north to Ekwe. Maybe one, we have one in Efiankwanta Hospital. Let's stick through Cape Coast back to Accra. The few of us that are here, 250, cannot even serve Kumasi and Accra. How much more the hinterlands? Can they go without the service of anesthesiologists? It means that they're being denied of the important service that actually is required. I'm happy Director General is advocating for sponsorship, for us to push ahead, to collaborate and move our journey forward. Director General, we have a role to play. Maybe we don't have adequate recognition in the service. That is not motivating enough for people to come or attract people enough to come into anesthesia practice. It's possible that we also don't have adequate resources to work. You can find yourself in the environment who have very little. You are struggling to put things in order. And I want to describe anesthesia as a neglected area in clinical practice. Even in our own hospital settings, when there are certain critical policy decisions, they tend to forget about anesthesia inputs. Anesthesia is only recognized when there's trouble. In critical situation, they quickly remember where's the anesthetist. And remember, I had a work overload the whole day till 4 p.m. with a professor. The professor went and finished the work, and he went to a party and forgot I was there at the up floor. I'm somebody that want to put my anesthesia workstation together. And trying to put my anesthesia workstation together, then I was there. You know, if you don't put all your things in order, the time you are in trouble, even the suction machine, you can't find where the switch is. Your laryngoscope is when it will fail you. I do that before I leave. And the time I was closing, all the nurses had left. Then I heard them shouting. That's how they called me. Boss Jimmy, don't close. And I said, what? I saw the professor holding the neck and drooping. Why? A fishbone has stuck in the throat. And that's the time they remember that they have left this practitioner in the room. And he's the only savior they're running back onto. Full stomach with fishbone in the throat. Your guess is as good as mine. That belongs to history. We'll talk about it another time. They only recognize the anesthetist when there's critical situation or when the neurosurgeon or any other surgeon is looking for you, trying to boss you around to do his case for the person. That's the time they realize it. Or when there's a mortality, and then whether it is anesthesia related or not, they want to summon you. Sometimes the thing has taken place through sepsis. Then they are coming around looking for you. Sepsis, what has it got to do with me? Somebody has had undergone spinal anesthesia 2 years ago. He comes with a back pain. Then they're asking, the spinal that you give. Then I said, 2 years ago? Really? Why are you looking for a ghost in the daytime? You can't find one. So that is not the way to go. I deem this particular invitation critical. I want us to channel a new path. And the new path is, let us put our differences together. Work together as one. I'm looking for an opportunity for us to be together, to learn and share our experiences. I'm looking for an opportunity who have conferences together, an opportunity for us to learn and share whatever it is. I congratulate you on your 30th anniversary. God bless you all. God bless Gas, God bless Gakra, and God bless Mother Ghana. Thank you very much.
Finally, we'll take our last goodwill message from Dr. Patrick Banker, who is the head of department for surgery, Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. He's representing the CEO of Korle Bu Teaching Hospital.
Thank you very much. I was told this morning when I got in here that I needed to represent the CEO of Kolebu Teaching Hospital, who is engaged in an equally important exercise. He's an ophthalmologist, and certainly he knows the importance and the worth of anesthesiologists, and he would very much have loved to be here. We also know the importance of Kolebu Teaching Hospital as one of the foremost institutions in terms of training, patient care of anesthetists. So that's also even adds to the importance of his representation and his participation in this launch. But when the Sapon asked me to be here, I didn't need to be reminded twice. The late Reverend T.B. Dankwa, he counseled us when we were getting married. One thing that I'll never forget, he said, as a man, you are the head of the house. You are the head, comparing to the human anatomy. But the woman, the lady, is the neck. And as has been said, when we look at all of us, it's very easy to appreciate the face, the head. Nobody really takes a look at the neck, the C-spine. The cervical spine is the one on which the head sits on, and is the one that is actually determining the motion of the head. So, as surgeons, we see ourselves as the head in the OR, but it is the anesthesiologist who is the neck. He actually determines where this head should look. And that's how important the anesthesiologist is. There's another story. This had to do with general surgery. And I'm happy Professor Henry Badu is here. Not only do the anesthetists actually do the work of anesthesia, they also mentor the surgeon. So there's this story that was told. It was a true story. I don't know whether Professor Badu will remember. But during surgery, there was a senior resident who was doing a case, and he was having difficulty. And it was Professor Badu who actually led him to do the right thing at that particular point in time. So not only are the anesthesiologists staying in their lane, they actually act as surgeons as well. And that's the importance of the anesthesiologist. So on this 30th anniversary, we acknowledge your sacrifice. And when I mention sacrifice, there's one thing I've been wanting to tell Dr. Wolf all this time. There was one time that it was a marriage anniversary. And of course, she needed to celebrate. But it was a case that we had to do. And sometimes, there's nothing like small anesthesia, there's nothing like a small case. During the timeout, when they say expected surgery time, when the surgeon says 1 hour, I think there is a skill factor that only the anesthesiologist knows about. So unfortunately, we actually this case went far beyond expected. And actually, she missed the date. And that's the sacrifice that anesthesiologists actually go through. So I didn't need to be invited twice. I've learned through my short life as a surgeon that you must be nice to people. Especially as a surgeon. You must be really nice. You need to know how to communicate with your anesthetist. I mean, I remember I used to be anesthetist, and now it's anesthesiologist. I mean, it's taking an effort to get it right. It become Americanized. So as a team, we really need to recognize the anesthesiologist. A lot of the times, when we don't celebrate enough as medical people, we don't celebrate enough. I mean, during the news hour, you heard that a few surgeons, not me, a few surgeons were upset that today you're not going to see anesthetist. I mean, I can imagine the theaters back in Kolebu, where the anesthetist, when it comes to the annual refresher course, oh, these guys are going to refresh themselves again. The case gets cancelled because the surgeon hasn't done his work well. It's the anesthetist that has cancelled the case, so we have to do it another time. I mean, we don't celebrate enough. We do so much work. We do complex cases. At the end of the day, we're sort of a bit happy that we had a good outcome. We don't really take time to celebrate. So I've learned this, that when the anesthesiologist, I mean, when they're having their Christmas celebration, I make sure that I'm there. I wasn't going to miss this one. I was certainly going to be here. And when I got here, I learned that I needed to give a solidarizing message as head of surgery and also as a CEO for Kolebu Teaching Hospital. So we salute you. Dr. Adade, we've been talking a lot about the long hours, the burnout of anesthesiologists. Kolebu is site that because of the workflow, I mean, we do not have enough anesthesiologists, but the few that we have, I mean, we are scattered all over the place. And you see anesthesiologists just crisscrossing the Kolebu campus, just in a bid to offer care. And we acknowledge the sacrifice and the work that you do. We do. Sometimes as surgeons, we don't show the affection that much, but we really, really, really care about our anesthetists. We really do. We really do. We really do. I mean, most of us do. I mean, when the goodies come, when patients are appreciative, I think it behoves some surgeons to make sure that it's the entire team that benefits. It's very important. These are little things that some of us do not acknowledge, but they go a long way, a long, long way. I mean, we spend 8-10 hours doing a procedure and people are grateful, they come back. Please, share the joy. As we share the sorrows, we also need to share the joys as well. So we love our anesthesiologists, and we can't say that enough. I'm representing all the surgeons in Ghana and beyond, saying that we love our anesthesiologists and we salute you on 3 decades of dedicated service to Mother Ghana. I see a lot of my professors and colleagues around, and I salute you all. And I wish you, on the occasion of your 30th anniversary, longevity, strength, God's strength, because what you're doing is you need the strength of God to take you on. So thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Banka. He rightly said he's representing all the surgeons. So we know that the oil will flow from the head of Aaron down to the hem of his garment. Yeah. We want to introduce some more dignitaries who celebrate our own. First off is Dr. Ernesto Fosuapia. He's the head of anesthesia department, UGMC. I think he just stepped out. We also want to warmly welcome the Director of Medical Simulation Training Center, UGMC, Dr. Christian O. I warmly want to welcome the head of the Cardiothoracic Anesthesia Unit of Kolebu Teaching Hospital and our former head of department, Prof. N.S. Anite. We want to welcome Dr. Sian Frempong, who is the head of ICU and the General Secretary of GAS. ICU Konfuanoti Teaching Hospital. We also want to warmly acknowledge Dr. Na, who is the head of anesthesia of the Bank Hospital. Dr. Bafo Jan is in the house. I think he stepped out. He's the medical, he's Director of Medical Affairs of UGMC. We have a representative of the Dean of the University of Ghana Medical School, Prof. Yao Boatin Mensah, popularly known as Yao B. We have the head of the breast unit, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Prof. Josephine Nsafo. We have a representative of pediatric surgery unit, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, one of the senior members, Dr. Piedu Mensah. Last but not least, we have here Dr. Ebenezer Ousudakwa. Oh, please, can we do it better? He is a faculty chair, anesthesia, Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons. Can we do it again? So at this juncture, Delphine, what do we have?
So, are you not an MC?
Teamwork. Anesthesia is always a teamwork.
Dr. Wolf has built you. Anyways, so distinguished ladies and gentlemen, every celebration deserves a focal point, and it is time to launch our celebration. So it is my singular honor, since you forgot what was up next, to introduce Professor Richard Adanu to invite, Professor Richard Adanu to come and launch our 30th anniversary celebration.
Is this working? Right, I'm back. For those of you who write, papers in journals, I mean, somebody once said that there are only two people who read your article in full. You, the writer, and your mother. Other people just read the abstract, they pick what they want. So since my mother was a chairperson, I was supposed to be here only once. But since my mother was a chairperson, she wanted you to see me twice. That, behold, this is the son that she has. So I'm here the second time. And we've had many things said today, and they've been great things. At some point when Dr. Banka was speaking, it was like a marriage anniversary, you understand? And that's where the husband comes, and the things that he should have said all the years ago, he says it now. So we the surgeons who are the husbands of the anesthetists, we say we love you. If we don't say it for the next 30 years, please remember this time. Keep that memory that we do love you. But there's a lot that the Faculty of Anesthesia under the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons has been doing. This dream to have anesthesiologists all over the country, partnering definitely with the certified registered anesthetists, is a dream that is owned by the Faculty of Anesthesia of the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons. And to date, the college has trained, has graduated about 130 anesthesiologists. 103 at the membership level and 27 at the fellowship level. I think the faculty needs to be applauded for that. Because some of us remember the days when you could count the number of anesthetists available in Korle Bu, probably was on one hand, then it got to 2. And then you began to use your toes. Now you can't count them again. And we have in addition to this 130 who've graduated, we have 132 more in training. So in training now is about the same number as we've graduated. So the numbers are growing. I mean, the important thing is to get the numbers round the country so that quality of care is better. And the Faculty of Anesthesia, with members of the society, are doing a lot to get that to happen. There are doctors from Accra who regularly go to the whole teaching hospital, where you are training 2 people to come out as Ghana College members in anesthesia. These are a fruit of the diploma. There are 4 now, and the number has doubled. So this the fruit of the diploma in anesthesia program, isn't it? Where people came to do the diploma in anesthesia program, they were recognized by the faculty that these are great people, and the faculty followed them up to Ho. So people travel across, and they are doing their membership training in a facility that doesn't have a consultant anesthesiologist, but they are being trained and being trained well. I've met them, and the only thing I keep this is where my selfishness comes in, that they shouldn't go and do obstetric anesthesia or cardiac anesthesia, and when they finish, they should do the general fellowship in anesthesia so that they can do that also in Ho. Because by the time I finish as rector, I should be able to tell the people of my region that I brought them anesthetists. At this point, we are getting very tribal. So they should do that, and I can say that, or at least I did that. But that's major work that's being done. We heard that there is an anesthesiologist at Efiankwanta. There are people being trained in Efiankwanta, also with the support of people from Accra. I've had conversations with the current leadership of the Faculty of Anesthesia, and we are looking at Tamale, we are looking at Sunyani, we're about to get something started at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. So there's a lot that people are doing, and we want this to go far. We shouldn't live here thinking that the lead and it's the same, the leadership of GAS, the leadership of the faculty. I didn't know that Dr. Siam Fripong had 2 posts. I mean, your posts are plenty now. He's faculty secretary, and he's also secretary of GAS. So the man has taken everything. It's the same people. So I wouldn't say Faculty of Anesthesia here. I would say that the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society, that's the parent one, isn't it? Because Ghana College is nowhere near 30. You guys, you are old, though. So the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society is making a lot of effort to produce anesthesiologists and to get training spread around the country. We mustn't live here without that knowledge. And on behalf of the administration and leadership of the college, physicians and surgeons, I want to say that we are really grateful for the effort that you are all putting in, because all this effort, nobody pays anybody commercial rates. No, it's not. It's not for money. If there's an honorarium that the college pays you, whatever your account is, it's like going to the filling station and buying 100 cedis of fuel when your gauge is on empty. So when you buy it, you look again and say, "Well, I didn't bought any petrol." No, it just didn't register. That's the kind of honorarium that we are able to give. But people still bend over backwards and do this, and we greatly appreciate all of that. So at this moment, I have the singular honor of saying congratulations to you and declaring that this 30 years of impact celebration is launched. So congratulations. What are the MC? I thought this thing was supposed to do something when I say launched. Who's the operator here? Or it's not supposed to do anything? After. Okay, so it's not for me. Oh, all right, go ahead and do it.
Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you very much. Can you resume your seats? Now that the celebration has been duly launched, we can chill. For the young ones out there, we can chill. We'll call upon the GAS secretary to give us the announcement. Dr. Self-Report.
Thank you. I think Prof Adenu thought that the pockets of surgeons, the pockets of anesthesiologists are as deep as the surgeons. For anesthesiologists, when we buy 100, it reflects. And when we're trying to organize this, we're like, hey, how do we get our people to come here? Because cases have to be done in the theater. And then, anesthesiologists are smart. They say, okay, what's the solution? Invite the chief executives here and the director general. Because when there's any reports, you get to their desk. And then we tell them that we're here together. So that went into the invitation. That's on a lighter note. So my task here is simple. I just want to let you know that today is just the beginning. We have a list of activities lined up for the rest of the year. Today, 7th, is the launch. In August, we have Catch Them Young initiative, where we are going to interact with the medical students across the country and tell them the career opportunities in anesthesiology and our role in the health service delivery, in a bit to get more of them so that we can fill the 14 regions that we are scoring 0. Then in September, we'll be having basic life support training, targeting our sponsors and then the general public, okay, to create awareness on BLS. And then today in DG's keynote speech, which was wonderful, he mentioned that 16th October birthed anesthesia practice in the world. So we'll commemorate the World Anesthesia Day on the 16th of October. Then DG, block these dates. 30th, 31st, we are going to Kumasi, okay, to climax the celebration. Okay, and we are going to invite, and it's been planned in such a way that all doctors, all nurses, all CREs, all healthcare assistants will find a role in the celebration. Okay, it's not hardcore anesthesiology. I'm not talk about propofol. No, I mean everybody can relate. So DG will be bringing a request to release all the people in Ghana Health Service to attend. But before I take my seat, let me assure you, DG, that I think before you sat down, we spoke to you. We want to partner the Ghana Health Service, aware that they cover majority of health service in the country. we think that we should collaborate to organize courses that will improve care in the country. And so expect us in the weeks ahead. Thank you, everyone. God bless you.
So, as the saying goes, gratitude is the memory of the heart. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite Dr. Samuel Amwaka from Ho Teaching Hospital to give us the vote of thanks. Oh, closing remarks. Okay. So let with a standing ovation, please. Let's invite our dearest mommy. Yes. If Prof was a leader, what would she be? This Russian president. Putin.
Once a teacher, always a teacher. No, I thought, having had distinguished people to come and sit here, I need to say a few things as a chairperson. So that's why I wouldn't let this one go. So, honored guest, keynote speaker, our own DG, Professor Kaba. I call him Kaba. Our honored rector of Ghana College, Professor Richard Adanu. Our boss here, our host, Professor Dr. Tango. Dr. Bafojan has left. And also, I must say that everybody here, there are one or two things I just want to say at this point. The beginning of everything is difficult. But when you persist, when everybody put their hand on deck, when everybody is putting shoulder to shoulder, you see what we have seen today. Shall we give a clap to ourselves? It has not been easy. It has not been easy road. But the main thing I want to say is the partnership which Kofi just talked about. We need to partner Ghana Health Service. We need to partner Ghana College. We need to have the strategic plan on board and make it work. Because I say to myself, what's wrong that my auntie who lives in Kwa being committed, that she doesn't have expert care when she goes into labor? Like my head of family lost, maternal death. We had a funeral gathering, he didn't come. We said, where's the head of the party, my head of family? She came later. My sister said, no, what they say me TB, maternal death. What's wrong that girl commit? So please, ladies and gentlemen, this celebration is not for us. It is to take our mind to the whole country. We should think about others. What are we going to do as a society to ensure that everybody gets quality care wherever they are? When it is close to, like it was close to this maternity, then you see what I'm talking about. Let's stop sitting on our backside and comfort zones. Let's be prepared to move out and help our fellow Ghanaians. They are Ghanaians too. Their own brothers and sisters, aunties and uncles. And with that, I want to wish the society more years of good celebration, productivity, more years of collaboration, more years of coordinating activities all over the country, more specialists, subspecialists, whatever you want to call them, so that we as a society and as especially our impact, our impact will be felt not only in Ghana, but beyond the borders of Ghana. I thank you for the honor done me by making me a chair for this occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Gladys Amponsa. Now we'll take the vote of thanks. Dr. Samuel Amwaka.
Madam Chair, distinguished guests, respected seniors, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to us all. On behalf of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society and the planning committee of this celebration, it is my singular honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at the close of this memorable launch of our 30th anniversary celebrations. Today marks not just the beginning of a series of activities, but also the celebration of 3 decades of dedication, professionalism, service, and excellence in anesthesia practice in Ghana. It is indeed a proud moment for us all. Our sincere appreciation goes first to God for making this full circle possible, and then to our guest of honor and all our distinguished speakers for honoring our invitation and for sharing their inspiring words, valuable insights, and unwavering support for the advancement of anesthesia practice in Ghana. To our past presidents, founding members, and senior colleagues, we express our deepest gratitude. Your vision, sacrifices, and commitment lay the foundation upon which our society continues to grow. We are proud to build upon the legacy you have entrusted to us. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to our partners, sponsors, collaborating institutions, and all stakeholders whose generous support has made today's event a success. Your confidence in the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society encourages us to continue to strive for excellence. To the organizing committee and every member who worked tirelessly behind the scenes, from planning to execution, we say Aiko. We sincerely appreciate your dedication, teamwork, and countless hours of service. Today's successful launch is a testament to your hard work. Finally, to every member and guest who took time off your busy schedules to join us, we say thank you for your presence. Your participation has made this occasion truly special and set the stage for what promises to be an exciting and memorable year of celebration. As we commemorate 30 years of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society, may we continue to strengthen our unity, advance our profession, promote patient safety, and inspire the next generation of anesthesia professionals. Thank you all for your presence, your support, and your commitment. We wish everyone safe travels back home, and we look forward to celebrating this remarkable milestone together throughout the anniversary year. Thank you, and God bless the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society. God bless our health sector, and God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Thank you so much. So we'd like to invite the president and the vice president of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society to help us to acknowledge some very special people that have been very key to our society.
It is always good to say thank you to those who trained you, to those who showed you the way, to those who were the lights on your path. And so we would like to say thank you to our seniors. I forgot to say Mrs. Amponsa was the one, Prof. Amponsa was the one who supervised my dissertation in 2005. Yes. So we would like to mention, let's start with Prof. Pardon. In no particular order. Sorry. Yes. Prof. Gladys Amponsan. Prof. Yao Edu Jemfi. I'm trying to remember the first names. No, okay, yes. Please just acknowledge them. Please clap for them. Oh, now the work that they have done and what they taught us is what we are passing on to you. Yes. And then Dr. Graham. Hey, that's Dr. Keteku. Yes, he was at Nyaho for the longest time. Yes, I remember. I don't know the lady. Then Dr. Henry Badu. Sorry, Prof. Then there's Auntie Demi Lassie. Irene, I might as well add you, Dr. Irene Opitete, because you were here before me. Who else? Evans. Bro. Dr. Evans Atituna. Hey, I didn't see it. Hey, Auntie Eugenia. You will crucify me. Dr. Eugenia Lamte, sorry. Anybody else that I have forgotten? Where is he? You see, he looks like the young people around him, so I didn't see. That's Prof. Ernest Nanite. Yes. Yes, yes. We would like to say thank you very much. We will endeavor to keep holding up the torch that you have passed on to us. And very, very soon we will pass them to Alberta and Co. Yes. And you better hold on tight to it. Thank you very much.
It seems like Professor Richard Adanu is the star boy because we have to re-invite him. We want a part 2 of the lunch with brass band and everything. So, Prof, you have to do it again.
Okay. So, some of you have been watching the World Cup, haven't you? And you know what they do before kickoff? The announcer kind of like announces the match and they do a countdown. And the fans, they do what they've been asked to do. You understand? You got to prove that Ghana is out of the World Cup, but you have to prove that you know how to do it. So today, we're having the 30th anniversary of the Ghana Anaesthesiologists Society. And we are going to launch it with a countdown, starting from 5. So let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you very much. I think we can step out. Because of the smoke, we can step out. The celebration has been duly launched. Closing prayer. Okay. Let's take some pictures outside.
patented technology platforms for parenteral, topical, intranasal, intraoral, and oral forms of drug delivery. The technology basket comprises various drug delivery systems. All technology platforms are supported by clinical trials. Needless to say, quality is close to our heart. The quality of activities cannot be raised unless we raise the very texture of our thoughts and the depth of our understanding. State-wise sales depots cater to more than 8,200 wholesalers in domestic market. Our brisk success in the international market is a testimony of the confidence our customers have in our products. In a very short span, our products are being exported all over the globe to more than 70 countries.
MDR pathogens are killing hundreds of thousands of patients every year, and this may rise to 10 million by 2050. In Africa, Asia, Central America, critical level of carbapenem resistance has been noted. crossing the threshold of 10% in some regions. Of particular concern are the gram-negative bacteria, considered more critical than the gram-positive bacteria. Notably, 5 out of these 7 escape pathogens responsible for the majority of nosocomial infections are gram-negative bacteria. Gram-negative bacteria cause significant morbidity and mortality worldwide. The key reason for their ability to fight antibiotics better than the gram-positive bacteria is their unique outer membrane, composed of phospholipids and lipopolysaccharides, or LPS. The membrane that protects the cell wall of the bacteria is also one of the key mechanisms by which the GMBs develop resistance against the carbapenems that work on the cell wall. Polymyxins are the only class of antibiotics that target and disrupt this outer cell membrane. It is therefore highly effective towards gram-negative bacteria. Polymyxin B is positively charged, and it is attracted to the negatively charged phosphate groups in the lipid A part of the LPS. As the membrane becomes destabilized, the bacterial cell's contents begin to leak out, leading to cell death. Interestingly, polymyxin B has proven effective against all escape pathogens including CRAB, ESBLs, CRPA non-MBL, CRE non-CP, CRE-KPC, CRE-OXA48, and CRE-MBL. Studies have shown that early use of polymyxin B can lead to reduction in mortality by 50%. In cases of sepsis, hospital-acquired pneumonia, and complicated intra-abdominal infections, initiate early to protect patient lives with polymyxin B.
morning to you all. We interrupt today's operating list for some breaking news. Reports from hospitals across Ghana indicate that anesthesiologists are leaving the theaters. Yes, you heard that correctly. Some surgeons are demanding to know where the anesthetists have disappeared to. And understandably, they are not taking it very well. Why? Because today marks the official launch of Gas at 30. 30 years of impact deserves 30 minutes or maybe a few hours of celebration. In an unexpected twist, some of those very surgeons have decided to stop complaining and join us instead. Scenes here are simply incredible as anesthesiologists, surgeons, trainees, and friends gather to celebrate 3 decades of keeping patients safe along every step of the patient pathway. This is one operation nobody wants to miss. Reporting live, I'm Dr. Amakwachwa Bedodo, bringing you this special report from a theatre that's currently missing one anesthesiologist. See you at the launch.